Hi guys, Zach here with another Command and Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 2v2 match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. We are playing two players who play quite a lot of quick match, so it's possibly going to be quite a good game. One of the players, Phil Harmonic, also is around the 200 mark, I think, in the quick match rankings. So he's quite a decent player. And you can see my teammates just telling me that they like to go quite early, rush quite early with infantry and then tanks, so I'm going to have to be quite careful early on. I am in the bottom left, which is quite a good place to defend, as you can see. You've got two narrow entrances to my base. It's a lot less open than other spaces, so it's going to be a lot easier to defend than maybe other spots. Also, my teammates in the top left, which means I'm unlikely to get attacked from that position. I think we're probably all in the four corners. It doesn't mean that someone won't come across, but it's very unlikely. I'm going for the normal start. I'm going to be building two war factories early on and building two ore trucks straight away. And we can see our red persons in the bottom right. The bottom right is quite a good position, well, for ore, because you've got three big ore fields, but it's a lot more open, it'll be a lot more easier for me to attack them. Right, just getting down my second war factory, and I'm going to get another power plant, and then I'm going to get my ore refinery, a second one.
Unit ready. Awaiting orders. Building. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Right, so since my teammate was saying they like to go early and attack early, I'm probably going to want to attack quite early myself, especially since they're in such an open place where it'll make it a lot easier for me to move around, maybe take some buildings, maybe take an ore truck if depending on how the fight pans out and how the tanks are situated.
Affirmative. Very well.
Because quite often what you find is sometimes when you attack people, they'll pull the tanks back but leave the raw trucks at the front, so then you just go for the raw trucks. I'm being guilty of making that mistake as well, once, occasionally.
Unit ready. Building.
Right, so I'm just getting my third war factory, just increase building speed, and we can see actually it's got quite a few light tanks. Probably should have grouped up a little bit more there before you attacked, but yeah, you can see they've got quite low HP, so if you can get direct hits on them, you can destroy them quite quickly. And that's the disadvantage of light tanks. They are quite powerful though with the turrets. Yeah, I'm just getting a bit of looking at the base a little bit. I'm going to destroy that power plant, just disrupts the economy. What happens when you destroy a power plant, if they go low power, then it's going to slow the building speed, so they won't be able to build as fast, and while we're fighting it'll be a bit hard for them to replace that power plant, and if they do, they'll be moving the tanks around a bit less, which will give me a strategic advantage. And you can see I'm winning, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the construction yard. And that means anything I destroy, they won't be able to rebuild, because it is still quite early on. So I'm pretty sure they won't have had a service depot by this point. I mean, they could have, but it's highly unlikely. And if they had to build another MCV, then that would waste a lot of money and a lot of time, which you could have been building tanks. Yeah, if you ever see someone build an MCV on Arena Valley Extreme, it's usually good to attack them early on. That was a bit careless of me there. I haven't been building tanks continuously. I'll possibly catch up though, because I've got 3 war factories. So you can see my ore reserves are quite high at the moment. And Phil Harmonic is playing yellow, so he's brought some tanks down. But he will be focusing on his own base as well, so he probably won't be able to micro them as much. Yeah, you can see he's a bit more stationary, because he'll have to focus on stuff at his own base, and he might be fighting with my ally. Right, so red's pretty much done for now. I've took out the last war factory, so we won't be able to build any more tanks. And it would have been very slow anyway because of the power.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Building. Unit ready.
Yeah, and I'm just bringing the rest of my tanks over. You can see I've got quite a good force.
Low power. Affirmative. Unit ready. Building. On hold.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, just keeping my power up so I don't slow building speed. My ore reserves
Unit ready.
still look to be okay at the moment. So there's the rest of red tanks gone. And you can see yellow's just standing around a bit at the moment. They're probably fighting elsewhere.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
I'll just destroy these last couple of buildings so he doesn't destroy some of my buildings with infantry or something like that. And there's red's gone, so we'll go straight up to yellow, who will be in the top right. And you can see my teammates not doing too well.
Construction complete.
It looked like they destroyed his construction yard and one war factory, and they might be going on for his second war factory, so now is definitely the best time to attack, while yellow's possibly a little distracted. And you can see he's got Tesla coils and tanks, so what I'm doing is I'm just pulling back. I don't want to fight them at the same time. He's pulling his tanks back, so I'm just going to destroy his ore trucks. Yeah, you don't really, unless you've got overwhelming numbers, you don't really want to fight tanks and Tesla coils at the same time. You want to fight either one or the other, because they make an extremely good combination, because Tesla coils do a lot of damage. Tanks are a bit harder to kill though, and if you try and go for the Tesla coils and go through the tanks, basically they're going to rip them apart by the time you get through. So what I'm doing is I'm just going round from the other side, because I don't particularly want to go through that side with the Tesla coils. I can also go for the ore trucks at the other side as well. So I can see there's an ore refinery there, so I'll destroy that. And that looks like it was its. I think I've got both ore refineries now.
Construction complete. Unit ready.
And yeah, it's much better to fight like this when there's just two. When it's just tanks versus tanks, without any other base defences in there. I'm just destroying some power plants. I might put the Tesla coils offline if I've possibly.
Building.
Right, you can see Philharmonic, he's bringing his tanks back from my ally's base. My ally's still alive, I think, so he's survived it, but he's probably destroyed all the main buildings.
Unit ready.
Like production buildings, like war factories and that sort of thing.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Unit lost.
So now I'm just trying to find a weakness in the defence.
Building.
He's done quite a good job of. I'm going to go for a Tesla coil right now because his tanks aren't there.
Unit ready.
And now I'm just going to pull back.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building. Unit lost.
And yeah, I'm just
Unit
continuing to produce a steady stream of tanks, and I'm going to keep bringing them to my base.
Unit ready. Building.
Right, it looks like he's going for my base, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to destroy, because he's only got a few buildings left. And you can see my ally there, he's attacking his base as well. So I think, yeah, it's over now. Just a couple more buildings.
Accomplished.
Right, and that's the game. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.